Hey guys, it's Brian and Ben here for another edition of Herfin Heads. It's been a little while, and we've got something pretty interesting for you. This time, it's something that's just made its way onto the American market. It's the Rosalones by that's a pretty good shot there. It's the Rosalones by Joya De Nicaragua. It was something that was exclusive to the European markets. It's now something that you can get as an exclusive. Oh, yours has a footband. See,
Yeah.
mine I actually brought back from our trip to Nicaragua. It doesn't have a footband on it. It's just anyway. So yeah, it used to be a European market exclusive. It's they when we asked about it, they said that it was probably never going to make its way to the U.S., but suddenly it shows up on Cigars International. So anyway, I know Ben's put it in an order for some. I've got some on the way, but I'm gonna have to make do with the one I brought back. He's got some of his. I don't know what yours. You had the
As a
the
Toro.
the Toro. Yeah, the Toro.
Yeah.
His is a 6x50. Mine's the console, which is a 4 and 3/4 or 4.7 by 48. So we're gonna mix it up a little bit and smoke these. How's it going, Ben?
Pretty good. Yeah, this was kind of a surprise to us in Nicaragua. I remember we got down there, they graciously had us boxes of, Liga Privada number nines and T52s, the regular Hoya de Nicaragua, Antonios, and some acids and all that. I remember us walking in there and seeing these, and not really knowing what they were. Had no idea, but it looked nice, so I figured, why not? Let's try them out. And I remember we smoked them that first night, or the first afternoon we were there, and we were kind of like, wow, what is this,
Exactly.
And after that, it kind of, we started smoking a lot of these. So the other bloggers who were with us were starting like, hey, what is that? And they picked them up. Actually, if I remember right, this was the first empty box out of all of them,
I think so. It's
even over
because
the Ligas.
and the thing is nobody'd seen him before. Nobody knew anything about
Uh,
him. I googled it when I got back, and I couldn't find a damn thing about him. Really.
Now, when I got back, I did the same thing, and I contacted Jose Blanco from Joya de Nicaragua, and he was saying that this was a Spanish only release, if I remember right.
I think it's what he said, but then
Yeah,
other people have said European, so I don't know. I definitely in Spain, I would guess, but
yeah, which is kind of disappointing to me. And then I think it was probably 2 months ago in some of the Facebook cigar forums or little groups, whatever. I saw people posting these. I was like, "Where are you getting these at? Where's everybody getting them at?" And then all of a sudden, they appeared on Cigar International. So I went ahead and bought a 5 pack of Toro, Robusto, and the one that you had that we had down there originally, which is the console. So just want to see which one tastes the best. But then we're going to try out the smaller version and the larger version.
yep. I have a feeling for what I'm in for. You may not because yours is a different size. So, yeah. So the ones that apparently are coming from CI have a footband. Mine does not. So I would imagine that the European market does not have a footband on theirs. I
Probably
would
not.
assume, yeah. But yeah, it's this is pretty interesting, pretty exciting that they made it here.
Yeah, I was very happy to see him. Matter of fact. So with all that, I guess the viewers will kind of know how this is going to go.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's likely to go well. We liked them before. Mine's been sitting since we got back, so hopefully it hasn't fallen into any sort of a sick period in between. I don't know how freshly they were rolled, and I don't know how they age, but I mean, it's been I've had them for a couple of months. This should be still solid, I would imagine. So. I don't know. Unless there's anything else you want to cover. Oh, we should say they're really inexpensive.
Yes,
Uh,
very inexpensive.
yeah, I'm thinking they're in the $4 neighborhood. Let me do a little fast math on this. I guess I could go by the official MSRP for them is let's see. But officially this one's like 625, but realistically, if there's only one source you're going to get it from, it's actually going to wind up costing you about $3. Yeah, about 325 a stick right now. I mean, I
Right.
think that Cigars International and various subsidiaries or partners of theirs have it, and it's kind of exclusive to them, as far as I can tell. Um,
Yeah, it is. It's exclusive to them. How long that will remain, Who knows? It might appear brick and mortars, but right now it's only a Cigar International's exclusive.
Okay.
So,
So now you know where to go, and it's $3.25. So if you like what you hear in this, that's what you're looking at paying for them. Not too bad. $3.25. All right. Well, I think we'll just go ahead and light this up, and we'll come back and talk all about it.
sounds good.
All right, we're all lit up, puffed on it a little bit. Ben had some thoughts. I think he wants to share with us, based on his initial read and his of how things are going.
Yeah, that. First of all, I mention whenever I bought basically 3 5 packs from Cigar International. The one we had in Nicaragua, which is the console, which is this one that you're smoking.
Yes.
We love that one. So of course there's 5 different sizes. So I bought that one. I bought the Robusto and I bought the Toro because I wanted to see which one really hit. Because usually in every line there's usually one size that's kind of like the prime example, like the gold standard or whatever. And I found that smoking all 3 of these, they're pretty much all even keeled. They're all about the same. So it's not too much of a difference at all. It's just kind of how much smoking time you got. But the flavors that you get right off the bat from this thing is, I get a nice cocoa note to it, like a little bit of like well, you get some woodiness, a little bit of earthiness. But what kind of pops into my head when I smoke it, it's not so much the flavors I'm getting, but it's kind of like it almost reminds me of like grilled meat or barbecue or something like grilled meat or something like that, kind of a charred quality or whatever. I don't know. It just kind of this image I get in my head or something when I'm smoking this kind of reminds me of it.
I could see that meatiness. There's like a little bit of a slight savoriness at the end that's not quite spicy, but there's definitely kind of a charriness to it, and there's an earthy, almost really dark chocolatiness to it.
Yeah.
I could kind of see where you're coming with that. I like the meatiness. It's definitely in that realm. It occurs to me, and we always forget something in the beginning. I don't think we talked about the composition of this. Real quick, I'm going to interject it. It's from what I've read, it's a Nicaraguan Criollo wrapper. It's a Nicaraguan Habano binder, and it's all Nicaraguan filler. So it's a Puro, but it's got a variety of various Nicaraguan tobaccos in it. But you were saying earlier on that yours was smelled like you'd crushed flowers into the earth or something like that before you
Yeah.
lit it.
Yeah. Whenever I was smelling the wrapper in the cigar, it's real fragrant. Like even when you pull the little cellophane off of it, you immediately get hit by the aroma. It's a nice aroma. To me, it had like a floral quality to it with some earthiness. It's almost like if you took rose petals and you basically just stomped them in some moist, rich ground, earth or whatever. It's kind of like the kind of an image of what the smell that I get off of this thing. It was
Something you
real
guys
fragrant.
Something you guys do down in the swamp quite a bit, I take it, just stomping rose petals into the dirt.
Well, of course, can't have roses around here.
Yeah, we don't want that crap. It was interesting when I was smelling mine, and it was a little funky. It was more pronounced directly out of the cellophane, but there's almost a touch of a brininess to it. It was there for a short amount of time, and it kind of dissipated quickly. So interesting. Yours is very floral. Mine's, I don't know. It's kind of an interesting how the same smoke basically has different aromas from different batches. I guess I don't know. Or
Yeah, but
different.
true. But remember the ones that we had, we liberated from Nicaragua.
Yes,
They, we don't know how old they are.
that's true.
We don't know how old they were. We know these are fresh because basically CI just got them in and I ordered them. So this is probably much younger than the one you're smoking too. Well, we know it's at least a year younger, at least. Almost. Well, not by, yeah, probably about a year younger at least.
You think so? Oh. Yeah, it really depends on how quickly they turn them around. We don't have a lot of production
There's no idea.
details on this, so yeah. But it's just looking it over. It's I was expecting it for the price and what it is to be a little more kind of rustic looking. It is a little bit, but the veins on it are actually pretty mediumish and smaller. It's not a bad looking smoke either.
Yeah, mine's, borrowing a term from Cigar Aficionado that I never really understood. It's got a toothy wrapper, which is kind of a little bit bumpy everywhere on the wrapper, but it's
Oh
not
yeah,
really bad at all. It's just a little bit bumpy. It's not real. And of course, I was gonna say it's not like Davidoff Smooth, but what the hell is Davidoff? It's like Davidoff Smooth, but Davidoff's. But it's. You're right though. For the price point, this looks like a much more expensive cigar than it is, to be honest.
yeah. Well, I mean, MSRP is 625, and it's definitely would be comfortable competing in that bracket at three and a quarter or whatever I said it was. It's that's hard to beat.
Yeah, it's to me it's worth more than that, honestly. But like I said, we're kind of foreshadowing where we're going with all
I was
this.
gonna say quiet. I mean, even the not foreshadowing notwithstanding, they may actually hear you and raise the price on it for crying out loud.
Yeah, I better shut the hell up. I don't
Yeah,
want to put
seriously.
lights on them. Yeah, and I just retrohaled it again. This is one of those cigars that I can't fully retrohale. I mean, I have bad allergies and sinus problems, so not many of them I can do that with anyway. But this one, I mean, you get that blast of black pepper whenever I try to
Yeah,
retro this. It's more than black pepper though. There's something else behind it though, but it develops later, so we'll talk about it in the next segment.
it's definitely a punch in the sinuses. Well, I think we'll smoke this down a little bit more. I mean, we were already cruising through this thing pretty fast, or I am
Yeah.
anyway. So we'll come right back and tell you how it's going. All right, we're back. We've smoked it a little ways down. I'm getting around half, and he's getting around half there. So uh, well, what do you think, Ben?
Well, I mean, as we've said before, I'm really enjoying the cigar. Now you can see when we came back, this thing puts off a ton of smoke, which is something that doesn't really matter cigar wise, flavor wise, or whatever. But to me, I really love that when a cigar puts off a ton of smoke. What I'm getting out of this cigar is I'm getting a little bit of the woodiness. I'm getting some cocoa. That spice I was talking about earlier. I said I get that black pepper. There's something else with it. To me, it's like a cinnamon note to it. But right now, for me, the dominant note is actually like it's a coffee flavor, and not like deep, rich espresso type of coffee. Almost like a light bodied, medium roast type coffee, or something almost like a breakfast blend type of coffee. A little bit more mellow. Pretty much all the flavors are kind of mellow, like they're there, but they're not like really strong, really in your face. They're just really smooth and mellow, which is pretty impressive.
Yeah, I was noting in while we were smoking that for the flavor profile that we're getting, I'm actually getting a pretty intense cinnamon woodish type of thing, and kind of earth. It's just a little touch of something interesting, funky, and a little bit of like a underneath it all. I get some of the coffee that you're talking about. And for the flavors it has, it's surprising how soft it comes across. It's like heavy flavors, kind of with a velvet touch. I don't know how to describe it. It's not something that's going to peel blow the hair to the back of your head or peel your skin off or anything like that. It's got some really really hearty flavor, but it deals with it with a good deal of finesse, I think, which is
Yeah,
unusual.
and something else that I mean, I would say Jose Blanco has taught me more about cigars the times that we've sat down and talked to him than anybody else ever. I mean, it's just unbelievable his knowledge of cigars. And one thing, really, there's two things he really stresses about a good cigar. One is balance, and the other one is a good long finish on it. And I would definitely say this has both. Like I haven't taken a puff since we first started this segment, and I can still taste it in the back of my palate. I'm still getting black pepper in the back of my palate, you know, and a little bit of woodiness still. And it's been at least a minute since I puffed last or two.
It definitely lingers. It sits with you for a while. Yeah, that's pretty impressive, and it does that without hitting you in the head with a ball peen hammer.
That's true. Well, so what do you think about the body of the cigar? So far? What do you rate it at? So you're at the halfway point.
I mean, it's on the fuller side of things, I would say. But yeah, I mean, I don't know how you could really say it. You can't really call it a medium. It's just too thick. You know, the body wise,
Yeah.
it's too dense. But at the same time, it's it does it without really running the rototiller over your palate. Like
Yeah, that's what I was
some
thinking.
do.
I was thinking it's probably on it's full body, but a little bit on the lower side. Like if you smoke medium body cigars, this is approachable. If you smoke mild body, you know,
No, probably not.
be wary with this. I don't think you can do it, but I
Well,
think we've pulled a medium body and full body so far. But
I
it's
think
not
that
like Cane or La Flor Dominicana double Lajero type full body.
I think that somebody that smokes prefers milder that will venture into medium would for an evening smoke probably with scotch or bourbon or something like that would probably find this is a pretty good thing. I don't think there's I really doubt there's anything you could eat or drink that would really overpower it. Uh, and it might work out better that way. I think that yeah, I don't know that's I would be I hesitate to say it's not a first thing in the morning smoke because I think I might actually enjoy it with coffee first thing in the morning, but I think
Yeah,
the average person might not, especially if they're like 'em lighter. But I mean, this is pretty nice evening smoke too.
yeah. I've had this in the morning. I've had the smaller one that you're smoking in the morning with my morning coffee with some Nicaraguan coffee. If you follow me on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook, you'll. It was actually I think it was Monday or Sunday morning. I actually posted this one Nicaraguan coffee, and it went amazingly well with that. So
I can see
you know,
that. Yeah,
it could be done. It is a little bit more fuller. I would say after your lunch, but it can be done in the morning if you're used to full body stuff.
yeah. I picked a lighter homebrew that I made for this, but honestly, I didn't really need to. I think I would enjoy this a great deal with a porter or a stout. I think it would be just fine with that. Something thicker and heavier. But
I,
coffee's a no-brainer. I mean, that's a given. I'm like, if you're drinking coffee after a steak,
oh yeah, definitely.
yeah,
Yeah, this would be awesome. Actually, um, I did. I actually had. I've smoked a lot of these in the past 2 weeks, a bunch. This is probably my sixth or seventh one in the past week and a half, probably. And I did have this after a steak dinner, and it was awesome.
was it awesome? Yeah.
Yeah,
And the thing is keeping in mind how much it costs. The burn, yeah, it's a little wavy on mine, but the ash is
yeah.
just solid, just like
Mine's a little wavy too.
yeah. But the ash formation, I'm like, I've been smoking it, haven't been too gentle with it. I'm gonna ash it here in a second just to make sure I don't wear it. But I mean, if something that's 3 1/4, you typically you're looking at something mixed filler, flaky, whatever. This thing is solid. This thing is it's not pristine, but I mean, I don't know how you could ask for much better for what you're getting. Even at $6 or whatever the full price is, 650 or whatever it is for mine. Yours is a little bit more expensive probably,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's not bad. I feel like we're advertising and not really reviewing it, but shit, it's
Hey,
good,
you know
right?
what? I don't care. I really, I mean, I love this cigar, and I think this is the most expensive one. I think it's like $70 a box, and I don't remember if it's 20 count or a 25 count box,
I believe
but
it's 20.
yeah, I think it is 20. It was $70 for the Toro, which is I'd pay it all day long. So
Yeah.
about it for me. What do
All
you
right.
think?
Yeah, let's smoke it further down, and if we feel the need to, we'll comment on it, or maybe we'll just wrap it up here in a few second here.
Sounds good.
All right, guys, with time to wrap it up. We're pretty close to the end. I don't think he's got much left. He's been chugging through his pretty fast, and I've been doing the same thing here. But I've been getting a lot of pepper, a little sweet pepper, but a lot of pepper here at the end. How about you? It's pretty potent.
Yeah, it's to me it has gotten stronger on like flavor-wise. To me, it's I'm
Not in
getting
terms
a
of
lot of
strength. Yeah, not in
uh,
terms of strength, but in terms of flavor, it's really
flavor,
kind of amped
right?
up.
To me, I'm getting a lot of more black pepper on the back of my palate now. Like this, to me, the cinnamon's gone. It's gotten a lot more earthy to me. Woody's about the same. I'm still getting that coffee, but to me, the coffee's gotten stronger. Like it's a stronger coffee flavor, but that's about it. I'm not getting much else. The sweetness, the little hint of sweetness I was getting from like the cocoa, is completely gone now.
See, that's weird because I'm actually getting a little bit of a like sweetness to the pepper. It's like a slightly sweetened pepper, which is kind of a cool thing. I always like that when I get that. It just doesn't happen a lot, but that's kind of a fun combination. I'm actually getting a little bit of a kind of a cinnamon type of thing still with mine, and I don't know if it's build up on the palate from earlier on or what it is, but it's still kind of there. But yeah, it's a lot of pepper.
Yeah, I think I'm running a little bit of trouble. Like we were talking earlier off camera about another cigar I was trying. They got real harsh near the end of it. This one hasn't gotten harsh, but it's definitely changed a lot. And I think it's because it's so humid on the Mississippi Gulf Coast right now that it's kind of playing a factor into this. Because I've had at the end of this, I've had to relight this about 3 times, and I've smoked these in my local cigar shop, and I've never had to relight it at all. But it's super humid right now. It's way humid. So I'm thinking that's playing a factor into mine, which maybe make it toning down any kind of the sweetness I'm getting whatsoever, make it a little bit more bitter.
Yeah.
That's the theory.
I think actually, as I've got a little sensor that tells me about the humidity, the ambient humidity, and it's actually gone down a little bit where I'm at. So it's actually for Atlanta, it's unseasonably dry this time of year, and I've not had any issues. In fact, it's if anything, the cigar might be burning a little bit more evenly than it was before, which is interesting. But
Yeah.
so I don't have that same issue. I've the only times I've had to apply any fire to it is I think when we got distracted and talking, and then I let it go for a little too long. But no, it's no complaints at all.
No, it's not. I mean, like I said, this is the first one I had a little bit of an issue with, but it's not nothing major for me. I mean, I really, really, really like this cigar. To me, it's totally box worthy. And that's basically why I bought 3 5 packs, because I definitely want to buy at least one box, maybe two, and I wanted to pick which sizes to me hit the most. And I think I decided I'm probably going to buy two, because I didn't think there was that big of a difference when I was smoking these, but there seems to be a little bit more of a difference between the smaller one that you have and the Toro size for me, because this one's got a little bit more of a savory factor, where yours is a little bit more sweeter on the sweeter side. Because to me, like I said, I got that charred meat kind of not really so much a flavor, but just kind of what popped in my head, along with more coffee flavor than you got out of yours.
Yeah,
So
I
there is
didn't
a
get
slight difference.
I got when you talked about the coffee and I looked for it, I'm like, yeah, I can kind of see it there, but it wasn't a very dominant flavor. It was like maybe at midway there was more of it, but it was always kind of after the cinnamon, after whatever the pepper, or after the any kind of a
Right.
chocolate, or that sort of thing. It was there then, but it wasn't as dominant as what you're talking about. Mine is a lot of earth, a lot of cinnamon. At this point, a lot of pepper. It's good. A little sweetness to the pepper too. And I've been smoking a little fast. I think that I would enjoy it even more had we not been excitedly smoking through it quickly. Here because we kind of
Which
have
that
been. Yeah.
that could be another reason I was trying to keep it fairly close to the same point in the cigar where you were. So I was kind of smoking this a lot faster than I normally smoke a cigar. I'm a really slow cigar smoker. So, and I was kind of puffing away at this pretty good, just to try to maintain about the same area of the cigar. And I basically was smoking one almost twice your size of your cigar. So
Yeah. Well. Yeah. I guess
could
so.
happen. Sure.
I mean, we're at right about. We've been smoking this for about an hour and 20 minutes now, and I'm at this point. I might be a little ahead of where I would normally be. I think I probably am by a good 10, 15 minutes ish. So yeah, something like this would probably. It's a smaller smoke, so I might not be doing too bad. But I definitely slowed it down a little bit to help you catch up.
Yeah,
Then once you're
yeah,
turning green over there, mega herfing it.
yeah. I didn't mention this in the last segment, but I told you off camera that when we first came on the segment just before this, I was puffing away pretty good, trying to catch up, and we came on camera. I was kind of like, ooh, kind of caught up with me. I was like, wow, this thing kind of hit me pretty good, but it slowly went away. But yeah, you definitely don't want to puff too quick. You want to let the cigar smoke itself, basically. But
You don't want it. You don't want to smoke it to the point where it's the whole thing is hot.
yeah, and so that was a problem I was having. I was smoking it too fast. I noticed that I was smoking it way too fast because it was probably about that much left, and even at near the band, I could feel it getting hot near where the band was at, which was still almost 2 inches away from the band. I was like, wow, that's way too hot. I need to slow this down big time, But still, stellar. I think it's a stellar smoke.
I think it's
I mean,
great. Yeah,
it was a huge eye opener in Nicaragua when we had it.
It was a what now?
It was a huge eye opener in Nicaragua.
Yeah.
We had it.
Yeah, I would agree with you. I think that I'm thinking I'm good for a box. I don't know exactly what size I'd get, but after hearing, I haven't explored all of them like you have. It sounds like this is a great size. I'd do this, but I think I'd be happy with any of them, and I think it's a good smoke. I guess you could treat it like it's a $3, $4 smoke, but you really shouldn't. I think you should take your time with it, enjoy it, and because realistically, apparently the MSRP is closer to $6, $7 for it, depending on the size you get. Treat it like it's a good smoke because it really is.
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely box worthy. Like I said, I don't think I'm gonna pick up both boxes. I think I'm gonna pick up the small size you have and the Toro. It's because they're not drastically different, but there's enough of a difference to where you might want a particular flavor profile over another one, depending on when you smoke it, or what you had to eat or whatever that day, or what you're following up with, or what you're drinking with it, or whatever.
Or how much time you have. I mean, you've got two different options in terms of time. This is going to be a lot faster than the one you have there. So
yeah, it's definitely a stellar smoke. And I started thinking, I think why we enjoyed it maybe so much in Nicaragua, along with other bloggers when we picked them up, was we didn't know what to expect with this cigar. None of us had ever heard of it. So you had no expectations when we first started smoking the cigar. So it was basically a surprise to us, And I don't know. I probably didn't think of it as highly as I probably should have when I first smoked it.
I really thought it was going to be some unusual bundle, mild, something or other house blend. I didn't know what to make of it either. I guess you probably shouldn't expect something too mild from Hoya, but again,
Right.
we didn't really know what the heck it was. So I mean, But anyway, I think it's good. Thumbs up.
Yeah, definitely.
I would recommend going out and getting some when you have a chance.
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, I bought 3 5-packs, and I think I bought all 3 for less than $30 for 3 5-packs just to try them out. And that was straight off of Cigar International. I didn't even pick them up at on the Devil site, Cigar Bid. Yeah, they probably get them way cheaper there and even try them out and find out which one you like the best yourself.
Yeah, they're going for pretty cheap on that side. I've seen them. So yeah, I guess that pretty much covers it. We're beating it to death. Go out and get some. Go out and try it. And especially if you're looking for something that's a good budget smoke, good on the kind of fuller flavored side. It's not gonna kick you in the teeth or anything like that. But I mean, I guess if you try to smoke it in 20 minutes, it might. But
Yeah.
Aside from that, I guess that can be you can let that be your guide there. How much of a buzz you want off of it.
That's true. Very true. Yeah.
Alrighty, guys. Well, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.
See you later.